Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at how well the captain's ace in the hole, Captain Ginyu, performs in the Terrfying Conquerors Sbr. Now, Terrfying Conquerors Sbr is honestly as difficult as an ESBR. It hits very hard, like very hard, and it's very much a stage that's about pure damage and output. So it's going to be interesting to see how well Ginyu does here. We'll take a look at how he does in this turn, and then we'll kind of talk about his passive a little bit. Obviously, Ginyu as a unit, I think, has great versatility and brings a lot to the table. He's a very strong unit in terms of damage, overall performance, defensive capabilities. He is a stacker, which means he does take 1 or 2 turns to really ramp himself up to a point of being very strong. But it's going to be interesting to see how good Ginyu is overall. So before we do anything like that, let's just take a look at what he can give us here. And obviously we'll then talk about his passive and everything. But as you can see, I mean, Frieza, 248,000 damage that he took with an item active after firing his super attack. So it's a very tough stage. It's not a stage that you're going to easily be able to take out. And Ginyu does well, 2.8 million. He doesn't have any good links active. 2.8 million, very decent amount of damage. He's going to fire off a super attack, which is great. He's then going to fire off an additional super attack, which is fantastic. Remember, Ginyu is a unit that is very strong, has the ability to fire off 2 or 3 supers pretty much every turn. And as you can see here, he's going to be very powerful. So we're going to be, this is the Ginyu we're focusing on, 55% Ginyu. Ginyu we're going to have linked up with the Raccoon and Gildo unit, a great unit to tank for Ginyu when he first starts ramping up, and then we'll switch Ginyu over so we can see how he tanks while ramping up. Remember, there is an item active here. Raccoon and Gildo obviously going to stun and seal when they are facing an enemy alongside Ginyu, and Ginyu with a 4.3 million attack stat, which is a very good. So both Ginyus are 55%, I believe, so we should see a very good performance from both of them. I will be switching mine in though, because mine doesn't have equipment, not that I think the equipment matters too much, but it is something that does matter. In terms of build, you want to go for additional. That's definitely what you want to run. And yeah, we're just going to see how well Ginyu does overall. We're going to activate an Icarus, and then we're going to activate a Princess Snake. This will enable us to see how Ginyu does with even less item support next turn, but it will stop us from dying this turn. So in terms of AGL Ginyu, he raises defense on his super attack. He's a Terrfying Conquerors and Planet Namek lead of 170%, with an additional HP attack and defense of 30% for those who also belong to the Space Traveling Warriors category. A very good leader skill, by the way. Very strong, very versatile, and very usable. Covers a lot of good units like Freezes, Turleses, Bojack, a lot of the Bardock units as well. A lot of the movie-based units pretty much are covered by this. Frieza, Cooler. It's really good, basically, for his leader skill. Then in terms of passive, we have attack and defense of 180% with an additional 50% when performing a super attack. This means that supports are going to help him out a lot to produce that level of damage. He then has a medium chance of firing an additional super attack. He has an additional attack and defense of 10% per Ginyu Force category ally on the team. As you can see here, we are running a somewhat Ginyu heavy lineup, but you can still you don't have to run a full Ginyu Force lineup just to get a good performance out of them. I think a lot of the Ginyu Force units nowadays are actually go-to units anyway, considering how strong they are if you are looking to run these stages. So here we've got the we've got a good situation here. Nice thing is that he has attacks effective against all types as well when there's a Ginyu Force category ally on the team. So even in this state, his damage is going to be very good. We also have the exchange mechanic, which is very good, but we'll talk about that just now. So here we only have 35% damage reduction. We have the 55% Ginyu in the first slot. Now he is going to take a hit from the Tech Gohan before and afterwards, so it's going to be a very good measure of how much damage he does take. Just thinking about it. So 94k, it seems like a lot. This is a very hard hitting stage. So 94k, 55% unit, that's more than fine actually by my estimate. I'm very happy with that. He's now going to double super. This is very good because one, he's going to eliminate Krillin because he's doing 2 double 4 million super attacks. But 2, it's going to raise his defense. You can see there's single digits. Now he probably would have taken, I would say, around about 10 to 20k beforehand, and that was with an item active. So obviously we can see that Ginyu does take a little bit of time to ramp up, which is important to note. You can see there after supering that Ginyu only took 41k. So you can see that there was a big noticeable drop. A double super probably eliminates that. Now taking damage with or without an item is going to be something that's a little bit difficult to measure because of the difficulty of the stage. For example, with Gohan here, you're going to struggle, as you can see 116k that Gohan does to Frieza. You are going to struggle to show how much a unit can take, especially type disadvantage at 55%. Now the thing is with Ginyu, honestly speaking, it is that first turn where he's at his most vulnerable, especially at 55%. With multiple dupes in Ginyu, you probably won't take that much damage with an item in that first turn, but you will be able to stack very, very quickly. You are going to be able to do an incredible amount of damage, which I think is something that's very, very good. Here, obviously, we do have a bit of support now. So we had support from the previous Ginyu, which is obviously something very important. We do have some support now from the other Ginyu. So we are running support, but luckily the Ginyus as support are still incredibly powerful units anyway. Like, they're so strong as units that running them as support doesn't really matter. I mean, look at these guys. They have all have almost 200k defense anyway. Raccoon and Gildo, very exceptional unit. They're super strong defensively. Them at 55% alongside Ginyu are going to be stronger than Ginyu defensively because they have guard all the time, because of how their defense mechanic works and their ability to basically take a hit and then maximize their defense. They are always going to be able to tank really well. Ginyu here, we're going to see hopefully how much he takes without obviously an item active. We do see his incredible damage already. This is double supers again, which is very, very good. It's raising his defense a lot. And we're going to get a good idea of what he takes with an item, which is 34k on a type neutral. 34k is not bad. And honestly, I think this is very impressive. This is a super tough Super Battle Road stage. We will try him in Extreme Super Battle Road stage as well. But overall, this was very, very good. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like or a comment. I'll try and get back to you. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and bye.